Hello there. Look, we need to have a little chat about co-governance. I sigh heavily for a couple of reasons. First of all, anytime you say anything like co-governance isn't bad, you get comments like this, where it's people saying things like, you're going to be a paid government shill, you're writing a movie and you want the government to give you money. Yes, I am writing a movie. The script is right over there on my printer, and yes, I would love the government to give me money, but that's not related at all. This is more to do with people like Coral McIntosh here. You might remember her from the other day, and what they don't seem to understand about co-governance, why it's not scary, why it sure as fuck ain't apartheid. And again, now I've only got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to get through this, so let's put a rush on this. First of all, do you remember this? 1995. This is the only time Queen Elizabeth ever actually signed anything into law in this country, and it's the Tainui Treaty Settlement. Under that settlement, Tainui were given back a whole bunch of stuff that was confiscated from them during the land wars, including the land where the shopping centre, the base is. Weird quick side story, the most racist thing I've ever seen at the base was actually the manager who refused to put bus stops inside the complex because, as he said, poor people can cross the highway if they want to come and spend their money here. And the University of Waikato, as well as a whole bunch of other organisations, areas and spaces like that. And suddenly, Tainui and the council and the university and the regional council all had to talk together and work out how they were going to manage things that were a benefit for everybody. And that led to the birth of something called the Waikato River Authority. Now, the Waikato River Authority is actually made up of the Waikato Regional Council and 5 different iwi groups that cover areas of the Waikato and Waipa River. And this is where it gets really fascinating for me because they have really different goals. You see, when you're dealing with a political organisation like a regional council, their goals tend to change sort of every 3 years depending on who gets elected in. That has a big deal with what they're planning on doing. But iwi's mandate is really different. It's about creating long-term sustainable results that ensure the protection of this taonga for future generations. So when you have the iwi representative group and the regional council get together, they know they have to work for slightly different goals and come up with compromises. Now, the regional authority for the river has been in place for just over 10 years, and in that time, they've actually updated their agreements 4 or 5 times as new iwi have come on board, other organisations have happened, and most recently, they've been working together to get rid of koi, fish, inside the river. Now, one of the things that's fascinating here is that these 2 groups work really well together, and it was set up under the National Party, and nobody gets hurt, nobody gets stopped from using the river, nobody at all has had anything taken off them because the goals are still there in place. What the important thing is to take away here, you're not being oppressed, you're not having anything removed, and apartheid is still a system of systemic oppression forced upon people. This is nothing like that at all. And to claim it is actually really fucking racist.